I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to another CTA production. Today is August 6th, Thursday, 2026. Hope you had a good day. And what did we discuss? Well, I did this video 2 days ago. Today's the 6th. This was on the 4th. This was on the 4th. This one on the 4th, and I talked about coming back in, wiping out some liquidity here of the momentum traders from this breakout area. Getting this is a 4-hour chart, so either this candle or this candle here, and then coming into this daily bearish inversion. I did this 2 days ago. So no one's doing this. Okay, trust me when I tell you, no one's doing this today. Yesterday, I said most likely we would still kind of continue that same idea. Could have been shallow. I talked about also an option. When we're really bullish, you could see that like it's a consolidation rate and could have continued. Yes, it could have continued, but they did not. So if they did not, it's not a consolidation phase. It's a retracement. Now, I don't know if we're going to be done coming down or not, but that was the gist. And as you can see here, that's exactly what happened. Can you see that? I'm going to move these, I'm going to move the grid real quick. But before I do, so I drew, let me do that. Let me just do that on this chart right here. Hold on. So you can see that I also drew these bullish daily imbalances. I don't think I had it in yesterday's video, right? No, I did that shit today. So, yeah. Oh wait, I did. I had that one. Okay, so this one that I've drawn, you generally will. I know there's no bodies here, but I mean because it's at the bottom of a range, it's most likely that they won't fuck with it, right? They won't. They'll just leave it alone, and it is what it is. They gave fair delivery though, by coming back down here. But this is a breakaway imbalance. So when you're going through and trying to take out swings to the left side, this most likely will stay empty, and this is too much of a discount. So now we're dealing with this candle, all right, which would be obviously Tuesdays, and then we'll dip into that. Notice how I'm saying just that, and to get into here and logically get more to an oversold and then buy back up, right? Because we're bullish. So take a look. Oh, you can see that, and I also mentioned you got to make sure I don't. I know I say a lot of stuff. That's probably another thing too. But I told you about this measurement here, and I said we didn't close above that 2.5. Look how the bodies are stopping at the 2.5. You see that? So what's my point of that? Because that means that we can retrace from here or reverse even. And where did I say we would go to if that was the case? Come right back into this 1.5. Where's the 1.5? Right here. Look to the right. Look to the right. Did you see that? You can't make that up. I said that in yesterday's video. See that? Look to the right. Look to the right. Okay. So now I also like I said I also drew this bullish imbalance as well. And I'm not worried about this one. I quadded this. Let me zoom in because I don't do probably a good job of zooming in and using the 5-minute as well. I'm trying to remember to do that. You can see here that I have it quadded. That's the upper quadrant. This is the second quadrant here. That's the 50%. Now I have it stagnated. I have the bearish daily imbalance that I told you about. And what do? We came down. Boom. So the person who bought here at 7 o'clock, I'll tell you why this was not a good place. Well, it ended up not being a good place to buy. Yes, it bounced on top of the upper quadrant. You're like, dude, I bought it. It was this upper quadrant here and this upper quadrant here. I don't know if that's happened to you. But look at, and that's 7 o'clock's candle. But look at, and they want to get maybe more of the breakout here. See this? See this right here? See this high? What's the high here of this candle? The high is 245 3/4. What's the low here? The low here is 241 1/4. That means they came in some points down for a good measure. also tapping this down candle, this 8 o'clock order block on Tuesday, right? My point is that it's a breakout, right? And that's where we broke out from 9:30. 9:30. Look to the right. So they're squeezing all that, right? That's number one. Number two, but also, look at 8 o'clock. Look how 8 o'clock closed lower than the 50% of this 7 o'clock's candle. I knew right away it wasn't working. So when 9:30 came, I knew we were going to dump pump. We were going to stretch more and then pump. Because the opening range gap was here and we were in a discount. So I expected to come at least to 50%, wipe out some of this easy run here. And that's exactly what they did. Oh, what is this? That's liquidity, imbalance, and breakout. Notice how we attacked that right there. Talk about this shit every day on the channel, right? Okay, now that I framed all that, everything else will make sense. And there's so much fire I could show. I'm going to do this real quick too. Extra fire here for you. Okay? Can't tell you I didn't ever get free game here. That's for sure. So as you see, well, before I squeeze in, that major wick right there on the weekly, where did we go to? I forgot to mention this in the previous video, actually. Where was Wednesday's high? Yeah. Stopped right at that 50. See it? Boom, bitch. Right there. See that? Woof. That's just some extra game for you. But I'm going to turn this off now. And, oh no, I didn't mean. Why did I do that? Okay. So there's that. And, on the daily. That was one more thing I didn't want to forget. All right. On the daily. So this is a discount wick. Became a resistance wick. And then, or premium wick. And then we went above it. So now it becomes back to a discount wick. Notice how we come in. Notice how we're coming in here. But we're coming up into the top quadrant here of the 25. And that's probably TMI. Let me move forward so I don't make a fucking long video because I was trying not to. But yeah, people got this on their chart now. But I've already had that shit. And been telling you about this. Like, I'm just letting you know. Like, there's no one doing this on the internet, especially for free. I don't care about the fucking price. The point is no one's doing that. Why? So I'm forward thinking. I'm playing chess, right? And then there's that. So this time frame will help out a lot better. Let me move to this real quick before I do. And shit, so much to say. So this is the other thing where you come back into Tuesdays. You can see it clearly here on the 9:30. Now they don't hit the 9:30 perfectly, but they're squeezing down to get out all the momentum buyers because that was an easy buy, right? You could have closed your fucking eyes and pushed buy on Tuesday, technically. Okay, so we open up in a discount here, and then you got this easy run. You got London's high here in this box. You have and then you have Asia's high, right? So that the minimum goal, well, for me. So let me just put it like this. Look at the fire here. I'm letting you know this is just absolutely fucking fire. But the amount of confluence that I had here. So when 9:30 was here, and we're slipping down. I said, okay, we're gonna pop up in here and we're bullish, but I expect to see them dump pump. So where does it stop? You got some confluence here. You have the 50% of that daily bearish. I have my 128th grid here, and then a little bit lower is the -1 standard deviation of the Asia range. But then you look lower and you say, okay, well, I have this 25% here, and then I have the big figure 32 on here, okay? And then you have the 50% of this bullish daily imbalance, right? And then you have the -1. So I'm not forgetting about that. I see that. It's on the chart, right? So perfect. Comes right in and taps. So, okay. Now, Watch how I get in. Just sick. Let me show you. If anyone's doing it, you want to know how you can get involved in this. Well, first of all, you could have sold it if you sold it. I don't know, but I'm not selling down here. That's for sure. So I let it come to me. But look at the candles. Bear, 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 bear. Okay, and then bullish. 9:33 in 15 seconds. You see that? First of all, look at the 9:33 the first 15-second candle comes down, and then this 33 and 15 dips into the 50%. Okay? If you're new, definitely. If you've been here, you know. Right? See that? Perfect. So when you see this is already up. I mean, I'll push buy here because I also know that we are in this area of high probability. Okay, that's one thing. But that's okay. I let this next bullish candle come in. All right, and then look at the 9:33 and 30 seconds, this down candle. What does it do? You already know. What do you think it did? What did it do? Easy money, buddy. Bing! Look at the bodies closing on a 15-second chart. Closing on my 32 grid that no one on earth knows about. Okay. And look at this one. Opens up with no wick. And just pops up, closes. Pops up, immediate rebalance. See this bearish candle? Boom! Hits into the gap perfectly. And there's a gap right there. Yo. I was just like, oh, easy money. See the gap? See how it touches it in that gap? And notice it doesn't take out the candle. Could have, yeah. But it's really tapping the high of the down candle, the gap as well. The gap is, and if you were to do some extra credit here, you're like, dude, no way. Come on. That sounds crazy. I know. And you're like, dude, it didn't, oh my God, it almost hit the 50, but it didn't hit the 50. It doesn't work. You don't want it to hit the 50. If it doesn't hit the 50, it's more bullish. What's the open here? What's the close of this candle? The close. The close is 273.5. What's the low of this? 273.5. It's perfect. That's just a little extra tidbit. Okay? So, you're like, what's the point? Well, that's how you fucking enter. I mean, it's an immediate rebalance. Boom! Comes right back. I was like, oh man, this is gorgeous. We riding. I mean, you know. So, if you had missed that, which I don't expect anyone to buy that was my entry right here. That, where else can you get in? So, on the 1 minute, there's that bearish imbalance. This is the first imbalance. I'll go back to it, but just so you see it before it comes in, up, hits the 8th, retraces back into it, taps it, and then I can draw a bullish. I'm not going to fucking do it, man. But I guess I will. So it's X marks the spot. Yeah. Look at the body stopping right there. Okay. Just absolutely beautiful, man. This is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, you know, I don't know what else I could tell you. But if you're asking how could I have been involved, well, if you don't have those time frames, you won't see that. But this is the first, 933 is the first candle that's bullish. Okay. And then you get the 934 pushes up and it seals completely both of these bearish imbalances. I mean, that's an entry method right there, right? So it's a reversal. It's a balanced price range. So down, up, V-shape recovery, so to speak, right? And then if you just had the 1 minute, you'll see that the 935 comes in and taps right in. That's it. That's your entry right there. If you didn't use it with that. Okay, now I'm taking too long. So then what? Well, my goal is immediately 50%, but I know it's going to push off more because all of this easy fucking lower highs here, we want to seal it. We're bullish. We want to get back to the gap. Why do we want to get back to the daily gap? Because it's the daily gap. All right. Notice how we come above it and then we're underneath it right here, especially. See it? And it fans down like this. then it's underneath it. Then right here, this is another lower high underneath the gap. So if I zoom back, what is my minimum target? It's going to be, generally it was this here, this 25 level and this 16th. But I also know that the 8th level is sitting with, and then the midnight level is right there, plus with the gap. The midnight level is inside the daily gap. So that's probably a strong magnet. And then that was pretty much the going in. And then, as this, I got tagged out here. But my goal is to come and sweep this, right? The settlement price. Okay. And then you have obviously the 32 level there. So take a look at it real quick. We bounced, just so you know. I mean, my dude, we bounced on the 1/8 right there. Look at that. We bounced on the 1/8, and this 8th, if you were to put another level in between the high and the 25% of the daily bullish imbalance, there's an 8th, and it's sitting on the same fucking level. So you know this is a key level. So that's why when I'm buying, I mean, definitely minimum here. You can see us here tagging it, bing, coming right back in, using this bullish imbalance. It's not going to give you more discount. This is a breakaway imbalance. Everything underneath it is a breakaway imbalance. So it's just really too strong. And then this imbalance is what's getting used. Why are they using that one? Because that's a swing high right here that they made at 9:30, which is at the 8th level, and they went right above it, and they came back. They did not hit it perfect. They also do that on purpose. But the goal was to squeeze anyone that was momentum. So anyone here, they freak out, but this is also an entry. So what's it called? But before I go back to that one, well, I already discussed this. Yeah, okay. So, and then you'll see us. Let me zoom out here. You can see it almost bouncing it here, referencing it here, and then underneath it, you can see us selling right off from it here. See this? And then this bearish imbalance, I didn't highlight it. It's laying on that 8th. Okay, and then this inversion on the first imbalance is also laying on that 128th. And then if you look at this bullish imbalance here, right here, this 936, it's laying on that 8th and this 25. So just super high probability. And then they're not giving you more of a discount. So if you thought it was going to come to 50% or anything or any lower, you don't even want to see that if you're bullish. But okay, and then we pop up again, and then I didn't draw it. There's a bullish imbalance here, but we're still tagging on top of it. But nice down candles, super nice. And then once we get above the 8th, we are above it and we're bouncing on top. Bing! Right to this 75 level and the 16th. Tagging it, boom, and then coming right back into what? This bullish imbalance. So this 946. You got to include the gap there. And you can see that we're tapping into it on the top right there multiple times here. Just bull flagging and then exceeds. Then real quick. So we get some drives up here. We come outside. We have now swept that Asia swing high inside that bearish imbalance on this 15-minute. On the 4 hour, there's a bearish imbalance as well. So notice how we print that on the lower time frame, and then we still drag up to it on the 4 hour, and then on the 1 hour, you will see it there too. See that? So we tap that, and then so we also have very small range days now, right? So you can notice, we're starting to get small range days. So instead of the average daily range being 800, 700, 900, and all that, now we're seeing 400 and 500 and etc. So far this day is done, and I don't see it making a new high or a new low. But 445 points now is the daily range. And then when we get to a shitty shittier time, which is in August and September, we will start to see back to 300. You'll be hoping for 300 and shit like that. Maybe we'll see. But here, go back to this real quick. You can see that when we dip down here, we had a lower low with these candles here with Dow, with between the 930 and 935 candle. And then in between 935 and 940, you can see we have a higher low candle. And then those are lower lows. And this is to show you that Nas is the strongest. And then when you're pumping up, you want to see Dow come down, right? So, yeah. And then once we got up here, now that you see this, you'll see that we made another higher high here. Okay. And then we reversed for the 11 o'clock. And then lower highs here, S&P and Dow. All right. And then that's pretty much it. So before I finish this, just so you see this, bro. Here's my 32 level in the background. All right, we come above it, we come back 125, the 75th level plus the 16th, very high probability area, breakout here, boom, and then retracing, and then coming up, retracing on top, tagging it, boom, right to it. Out of all the places, you're telling me that the bodies fucking stop right there? Come on, let's go. That's a reversal candle. And then this is a buy. This is a dump pump that turns into a buy, sell, buy. So it's a buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. And on the higher time frame, more swing, this would be a buy, sell, and then buy. But they're holding the market. They're not moving forward. They know everybody is buying right here. Very simple, very clear that everyone's buying. And normally you shouldn't see this. You should have already seen a new high. So that's why I said when the weekly range, and I said this shit on Tuesday, the weekly range has already pretty much been printed. 1,700 point range, when we normally have like a 1,500, 1,400 point range. We printed 1,700. So I talked about, I should even bring it up too. I am going to bring it up. Give me 1 second. All right, so there was two things that I also was mentioning on these same videos of the 4th and the 5th, was that we obviously came deeper, right? So that was one, but that wasn't really what I was talking about here. I was talking about this, where, and this was probably a little extreme, but the point was to, and we did this. We came down, we retraced, we stopped right here, and then we came down to here, remember? And then we popped back up, but then now we're back. So do we see another low or not is my point. But that's why what I meant was that this candle, the weekly candle, was finished, and then will fizzle out. But then, I forgot the fucking NFPs on Friday. So I'm expecting either NFP to continue down one more and then push the fuck up. So, okay. So, what was I going to say? Okay, so let me see what else. So the confluence, X marks the spot with this bullish daily imbalance and this bearish and that breakout area. I talked about all this, dude. Not the bullish imbalance, but I talked about this specifically, and just fucking beautiful. But this is looking a little heavy. This is not. It's not acting bullish, is my opinion. So we'll see. Maybe they need to come down one more time. And then, again, like I said, if it comes down, so I'll draw it. Should I draw it? I'll wait. Let me just do this. Finish this. And, whatever. Here's a higher high there. It's pushing us down. And they want to do it at the end of the day. Here comes 350. Okay. So, dollar kind of rebounding. So hesitating us a little bit, but no big deal. And then VIX coming down, obviously, while we're popping up. And then Dow all the way back. I like this. This was a miniature pump dump, but then sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, right? Look at the profile. So sell, buy, sell day. Starts with a pump dump, and then beautiful imbalance right there. And then where did it tag? The 50%? Close to it? Or did it hit it exactly? Hit it exactly. You don't say. All right, and then obviously, well, before I just fly right through it, it's a breakout area too here, and then here's an imbalance, and then here's an imbalance. So do they want to tap in? So right now they're at 50%. You know, I don't know. Could be some nice reversal vibes too. I ain't gonna lie, but they closed here. They're inside this bullish imbalance. I would assume they want to tap in here and then make a new high. Just keeping it simple. But oh yeah, they still haven't filled this shit, huh? That's now I'm thinking we're gonna come down, maybe. I don't know, cause now everybody is bullish. That's for sure. Here's S&P. Where's S&P? All right. So similar story with them. All right. So popping up, retracing back in, getting to an oversold. See this guy? They tapped into this guy. Is that enough? They probably might go into this guy here. And then I'm gonna expect another return back. But here's the thing. With the daily being on the overbought here, can we get another drive up? Sure. I mean, and many drives as well. But I feel like it's a little too soon. But I don't know. We did expand a lot. I mean, we did expand a lot. And here's your consolidation raid. I don't know. We'll see. I ain't gonna do too much conspiracy theorist stuff. I just think it's gonna just retrace. We're still in a retracement phase, and then you'll want to see a reversal, then an expansion. So here, a little more dirty, but so dump first. So this is a shakeout, right? So this is a sell, buy, sell, shakeout, sell, buy, sell. So this is fucking pretty ugly, to be honest. If you ask me. But they come up and they clean this guy here. That's why I wanted to get out when I got out, because of the fact that this could just be more resistance here, and they're just kind of fanning this way, and break here, and coming back up for the internal high. So nice intermediate term high there, and then making lows, and then just fucking ugly, to be honest. And then obviously the reason why you'll get a day like this is because NFP is tomorrow, so they're going to be holding price and all that nonsense, right? All right, and then okay, so I kind of woke up. We'll see what it does here. But in a perfect world, as clean as this is, we have a closure this way, right above, and then now we just closed under there. But I mean, if we hold here. Okay, if we hold here, I would expect a new high. So, got to swing here. Does it want to come and take this guy first and then buy back up? It's going to be really interesting. I mean, to be honest, I don't care. My week is done. I mean, it's been done. It was done even today, but I was like, today, if I'm drawing this, I'm telling you guys, I want to see a retrace and buy up. Like, I'm not just making that up. So, and here's the, beautiful. Right. I feel like I'm missing something here. And then Nvidia bucking around. So while we were pushing up, this was coming down. It's like, okay, buddy, whatever you guys need to do. We're inside this bullish imbalance here, and it should push up. If not, you're gonna come in deeper into here. I think there's a gap there. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like I'm missing something here. So I don't know. There's so much more I can talk about. He's laying on that quadrant right there. See that? Very high probability. So is this one. Beautiful. So when they came back down, you'll see that this range from low to high, and the 50% is here. They'll take out the higher lows induced or created, not induced, created in that range. So very, very common, and that's why everyone and their mom is buying here. Okay. So they might want to run that because everybody and their mom is buying there, right? And you have this gap. That wick is going to probably be a gap, but you can see it's a big one on the hourly, and then the daily. I'm sorry, the 4 hour is pretty long too. So I mean, you want to see it respect the 50% of that before it bounces back up. But right now, so far, they've done the job. I mean, I don't really see it needing to come any lower right now. This is holding, so I'm going to. I'm not ready to delete this yet, but I could. I don't need it. If it comes lower, I'm gonna need it, but I don't want to put it on the chart right now. I'm trying to keep everything stagnated here, so it's not messy here. But we did come right back into that 1.5. See that? Beautiful. Obviously, you know where my goal is. That 30,191 is supposed to be 91. It's moving around. Let me see what else. So Wednesday came back in bearish. So bullish, bearish, indecisive. Nice tail for a reversal. And then candle 3, which would be Friday, we want to see it jump up. Run for this. And that's it. I don't need to draw anything. Now, the only thing that it won't do is that if it doesn't fucking go up and they raid this and they come back down, they're going to come back in deeper. So that's it. I mean, that's what's Friday in a nutshell there. I should be done. I need to walk away. 32 minutes. I like that. I definitely like that. Missing anything here? Show came up to this 32. Eighth came down to this band here of the 32 here. Bounced on this time frame. You can see better. Bounce from there to the eighth. Look at the 15 minute. Look at the 15 minute candle closing on the 8th, and then the next one opening on there. Like, bro, like you can't make that up. You just can't. Shit looks silly. So little speaker here. See that? So the mean reversion here. So low, high, lower low, higher high. Retreat back into a mean reversion. Does it want to come to the other side of this speaker here? That's why this sell was nice too, but I wouldn't want to be involved in that. Or does this hold as mean reversion and then bounce up? Well, now they want to they want to fuck around, huh? We'll see. Because they know, man. They come to the fifth. Look where we. Just so you. Oh, did I even mention this before I move forward? I mean, look at the 50% here of the opening range gap. That's this level here, okay? And then underneath that is my 8th. So we went to it, bounced almost on it. It's actually moving. It shouldn't be moving. Bounced on it and then tagged it again. Look on the 15 minute. Nice reversal candle. This 12:15. See how it comes back up, and it was like a nice swing, and they all held itself. Now that was that next intermediate term low that I said that we would create. We're gonna maybe come back in here and then push back up. So now this is not that swing, but this is the real one. And then you want to see it push up. So who knows? But point is that out of all the places, so look at the body sitting on the 50% and then tagging my level though. Come on, yo, I'm letting you know. So I know it's a lot of levels, and I'm still working with all these levels myself. I'm learning how to maneuver, and by moving everything to the side, I'm hovering my mouse over it like this and like this. I'm looking at it. It's a lot for anyone, to be honest. So analysis paralysis, but for me, it's okay. I mean, I see everything. I see what everybody does not see. Yes, I have everything in an algorithmic theory on the chart, but at the same time, it's not phasing me, right? As long as I stagnate shit, I can't have shit on top of each other. Notice how I'm just having this there, right? Because if that helps you or whatever. Anyways, I've now really said too much. I went over this, and yeah. You guys take care and God bless.